Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at our precipitation forecast throughout the next couple of days, the severe weather threat that's going to be imminent throughout parts of the Midwest and the Southeast for tomorrow and into Wednesday, even Tuesday and Wednesday, there could be some severe weather. And then also we're going to be looking at our temperature forecast because we could have some pretty cool temperatures in parts of the Northeast, parts of the upper Midwest, and then also even into the Northwest and dipping down into parts of the Southwest as well. We start here at the National Weather Service, where we have frost advisories up here in northern Maine. That's where temperatures could get into the 30s tonight, right around 38 degrees in Caribou, Maine. That's the temperature. That's the low temperature today. And then over here we have our severe weather, heat advisories as well. We've been having temperatures around 95 degrees in right south of Atlanta, Georgia, for much of central Georgia, and then also for parts of Alabama, and then even for parts of Arkansas. And then we have some red flag. Oops, I don't know why that went so big. We have some red flag warnings and advisories right over here, and then some flood-related advisories up in the near Montana. Now, here's the severe threat for today. We have a slight risk over parts of southern Minnesota, and western Wisconsin and northern Iowa, and then we have a marginal risk right around that. And then we also have a marginal risk right for the Outer Banks where they were recently hit with Dorian. And then we have general thunderstorm risk pretty much for the entire central United States, and then also for parts of the coastal southeast and parts of the northwest as well. Here's your tornado risk chances. So you have a 2% chance in this green, and then in that brown that's inside of that green, you have a 5% chance of a tornado risk. So definitely the risk is there for southern Minnesota into the northern half of Iowa. Wind damage risk or probability, 5%, anyone in that brown, and then also a 15% in that yellow. And then hail, we pretty much in the same areas as that wind. We have 15% in that yellow and 5% in the browns for parts of the Outer Banks and Virginia, and then also for parts of the Midwest. Here is for tomorrow. We have a slight risk. Again, one thing I do want to note is that the National Weather Service likes to up the risk, the categorical outlook. So maybe this area will be an enhanced tomorrow. They like to up it up once they like to make it higher when it's closer to that actual event, so that they don't scare people in case they put a moderate risk 4 days out and nothing ends up happening. So the slight risk might actually turn into enhanced risk tomorrow. So we have a slight risk for Nebraska, South Dakota, and Wyoming. And then also you have a 15% chance of severe weather for those same areas in that slight risk pretty much. And then also if you're in that black kind of shaded area, that means that if you do see severe weather, it'll be significant severe weather damage. Then this is for Wednesday now, slight risk, and you kind of notice how it's over the same area. So the tomorrow for tomorrow the risk was over here, and then you see today the slight risk is over here, which probably I would assume would be enhanced risk by most likely Wednesday morning. They'll probably make it an enhanced. So those areas could be seeing a 15% chance of severe weather or severe weather damage. Now here's your rainfall forecast. So you do see we have this low pressure right over here that's gonna be dipping in the jet stream, kind of like this, and then that's going to be leading to this warmer weather because we have a high pressure right over here. And I'm going to explain this later in the video. But basically, this warm air is getting kind of pulled up north. And that's why we've been seeing the fuel for these severe weather events. And then also that's why we're seeing these heat advisories and upper 90-degree temperatures over in the southeast. So that heavy rain that's that's gonna go into tomorrow, and then you see that's our severe weather for tomorrow right over here. That low pressure right over Colorado, and then that's gonna kind of move over those scattered severe storms over Minnesota, Iowa, and South Dakota, and even into North Dakota, and then it's gonna kind of linger, and then it's gonna really ramp up after we've had that daytime heating on Wednesday. Overnight, we're gonna have those really strong showers, and that's gonna be going right over into Ontario and then Quebec and into Canada after that. Now here's our low temperatures. So our low temperatures for this is for tomorrow. Our low temperatures gonna probably just be right around anywhere under to the south of this line is going to be seeing temperatures 60 degrees or above for their low time temperature. So right around in the lower 70s for most of the central U.S. and then even into the southern U.S. We're in those mid 70s for lows. But then you see in the northwest and even into the northeast, we're seeing temperatures in the 40s for lows and into the 40s for lows as well over parts of the Rocky Mountains, and then even into those lower elevations we're still in the 50s for parts of coastal Oregon, Washington, and California. We're still into those 50s over there. Now we're gonna move on. This is the low temperatures for this would be Tuesday night. So you see kind of backs off a little bit, warms back up for the northeast. We have temperatures right around 60, and then we have those 50s over in Maine, and then for much of this western U.S. we're going to be not well below average, fairly below average, and over the mountains we're right around 30 degrees for a low, 50 degrees pretty much anywhere else in the west. And then as we move it on, this is going to be the final day we look at low temperatures for. You're going to see that same kind of ridge right over here, and that's going to lead to pretty warm temperatures for low temperatures, 60, 70 degrees, and then 40, 30 degrees over in the west. So a big temperature gradient. Now I want to look at our high temperatures now. So here's our high temperatures. This would be for today. And then here is it for tomorrow. You see upper 90s as well, and then actually only into the 70s for parts of the northeast and then the west, and then we move on once again, and then here are your temperatures for Wednesday, and then here are the temperatures for not Sunday, Thursday. I don't know why I said Sunday. Now here I just want to explain what's kind of happening and why we've been having all this warm weather over parts of the south, and why you've been having this colder weather for parts of the northern tier of the U.S. and then also for the northwest. So you've had this high pressure right over here. If you're wondering, this is the geopotential height. So basically, it's showing the density in the atmosphere. So we have a high pressure right over here. I should probably use a different color. Let's use blue. And so we have this high pressure right over here, and then we have this low pressure, which is right over here, which I'm gonna use blue, and we have this low pressure right over here, and this low pressure is gonna move right over here, but this high pressure is gonna stay right bunkered down here, and you're gonna see how that low pressure kind of moves. Here's the low pressure. This is by Friday. Here's the low pressure. The high pressure is still in here, kind of weakens, but then here's your low pressure, and that's going to continue to bring those colder temperatures for parts of the north and keep those colder temperatures down closer to the south. So that's kind of why it's been happening over the past couple of days. I just wanted to quickly explain that real quick. And if you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like on this video. Really supports the channel, and we've just been getting a lot of support lately. And we also recently hit 100 subscribers about 2 weeks ago. So I want to thank you guys again for that. So that was Eli, the weather guy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.